Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Beans. So, hey guys, I wanted to go live because, hey Bree, I'm struggling with my mental health bad. I'm going to see my Suboxone doctor today. Let me get upstairs because it's dark down here. I'm going to see my Suboxone doctor today because bottom line, here's the deal. This is the deal. I've eaten myself into such a overweight status that I have no energy to do anything anymore. And then I'm on Suboxone, so I sweat all the time, so I don't want to go outside because it's hot. Why is she calling me right now? Literally talked to her 3 times today. So, I swear it's in the air, everyone right now. So, I'm going to see the doctor today, and hey, Nikki, I'm going to talk to him about my dose, and I'm going to talk to him about my antidepressants that I'm on, and I've got to do something, you guys. My mom is going to send me, she's going to send it to me any second now, a menu that's already written out for every day of things that I can eat on a ketogenic diet. I'm going to change to keto, and I'm going to do it so hard. I've got to become obsessed with it, because if I'm not, then I won't do it. You know what I mean? I'm getting to the point, you guys, where I'm so heavy that I can't breathe while I'm telling you guys stories, while I'm talking, because, my breath, I can't. Y'all hear me? So, it's discouraging to look myself in this camera and see what a pretty face I have, but it's just surrounded by all this fat, and I'm depressed. I'm really depressed about it. I'm depressed that I have let myself go this far. I'm depressed that, I let food become an addiction, you guys. I took my son out to eat with me last week just so I could go eat the all-you-could-eat buffet at Chinese Panda Garden. Real talk, y'all. And I'm getting real honest right now with you guys. And this is embarrassing, but I'm the happiest when I'm sitting down at a plate of food and eating it. I don't have joy when I do things anymore, and it sucks. I want to feel happy. I want to go out and do things outside and be active and be in the sun and lay out on the beach and want to play with my kid in the lake, you know. And I come on here and you guys see me and I'm happy, and I try to keep, positivity on my channel and stuff. But it's really hard for me right now because I'm struggling with what I've done to my body. All these years of using drugs have fucked up my brain, so I have no serotonin, no endorphins running through there. Sorry, my nose is running. It's depressing. I have eaten myself into this position, and I've got to make a change. So, sorry guys, I don't mean to be so down. I just got to figure something out. I can't live like this anymore. I can't live like this. I cannot just be piling food into my face all day long. And I know what it is. I know a lot of it is because I'm at home and I'm not planning out things to do. So today, right now, I'm talking to you guys. I knew I was going to make a video, and then I'm going to get done with this. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to do the laundry. I am going to get ready to go to the doctor because I have to be there at 2:45. I got to go take some money out of the bank so I can pay them. Girl, if you, it's not your body. It wants to create its own certain. Yeah, you're right. And I know it's, look at me, guys, I know Suboxone is making me like this. Suboxone and the Lexapro. And, like, if this is what I have to trade to be sober, like, now, I'm at the point now where I've been on Suboxone long enough, I feel like if I got off, I would stay sober. But I don't want to do it, like, I don't want to taper off in a dangerous way. I want to do it in a way where I come off as smoothly as I can, you know? Like I'm going to break it down for you guys. I don't have sex with my husband. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm not aroused. Like, my pussy I don't feel nothing down there. I don't get horny. And I'm embarrassed. Like, I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but it's like I used to have sex with him all the time. And he's on Suboxone too, so we're both the same. And we love each other so much. We're best friends. Like, it's not, like, causing problems in our relationship. But that's to the magnitude of that I don't want to do things. It's to that magnitude where, like, it's hard for me to even get aroused. That's how I'm not feeling anything, you know? And I know it's from the Suboxone. But I have to, like, I'm going to talk to my doctor today about tapering, you guys. I'm so scared to taper and to fail, but I want to feel again, you know? Maybe, Bree, are you telling something? You know, maybe if I come down a little bit, I'll feel a little bit better. I'm also on a lot of medications. I'm on Lexapro and I'm on Wellbutrin. And was it so? Yeah, so I'm going to talk to him about lowering my Lexapro too to 5 instead of 20, or to 10 instead of 20, and then we'll go down from there. But I just wanted you guys to know, like, I'm struggling with that, you know, and my life's not perfect. It's not easy, you know, like, I have problems too, and I just didn't want to always come on here so happy and give you guys the wrong idea that, you know, my life is so perfect, because it's not. Like, I'm struggling, you know. And what's happening is I feel like because I'm like this, that it's affecting my son. Like, I feel like I'm not doing stuff like I could be doing with him. Like, we could be running the town right now and out and about and doing all kinds of stuff. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's downstairs playing with his friend next door. Like, he has so much fun. They play outside all day long. But I just want to be more active. And I've got to start doing it. Like, I can't live like this anymore. I cannot just lay on the bed all day long in the air condition. I have to get uncomfortable to get my body back. So, Suboxone, I take 8 milligrams, which is a strip. I'm prescribed 12, which is a strip and a half. But I only take, well, no, I take 12 every day, yeah. I'm thinking if I could get myself down to like 4 milligrams, a half a strip, I would do really good. But what my addiction does, you guys, is I take more than I'm supposed to. Because my brain tells me, oh, well, if you take an extra strip today, you'll feel better. Y'all know what I mean? And I end up overtaking my medicine. And I haven't done that. Like, I've been struggling with that the past 3 months with overtaking it. So that's my problem, is that I'm doing good, and then I'll take an extra piece. So what happened, Bree? I'm kind of upset I did this, but I was in a bad spot. Did you get off Suboxone and you got back on it? Girl, don't be upset. Like, I'd rather you be on Suboxone than relapsing on dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. That's what I want you guys to see this, because this is serious. Like, this is why I'm so afraid, because the option, getting off Suboxone, the other option is is relapsing if I don't do this properly. And I love Roberta and I have so much respect for her, but I can't relapse like she has been because I have a kid and I won't just relapse on a couple pills. I'll be shooting up and it's a totally another level. Do y'all know what I mean? Like, I can't do what she's doing because I have a son and I have a light. I have things that matter. And the way my addiction is, it's so much more than just taking a couple pills. Like, if I shoot up, you guys, I'm going to die. I can't afford to relapse. I can't afford to relapse because I'll die, and I can't afford to relapse because I don't have the money to be spending on that dope. Do y'all know what I mean? Like, there's levels to addiction, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, Roberta is still at that level where, you know, drinking and taking a couple pills, you know, I'm not like that. I am a straight up junkie. I was homeless. I was shooting up. I caught hepatitis C because I used needles. That's why I've been trying to tell you guys some of my stories from my past, because, like, I'm not just a house mom at the house popping a couple hydros every now and then. Like, I had a full-fledged drug addiction. I was a methamphetamine IV user, cocaine IV user, heroin, Roxy IV user, you know, and I shot up heroin twice and I shot up Roxy's all the other times. Now, heroin wasn't my thing because I couldn't get it here where I live, but I would shoot up Roxycodone, which is the same damn thing, only, you know, medical grade. But, there's just levels to addiction, you guys. I'm way past popping a couple pills. I'm way past, you know, tooting a line. I'm way past that, you guys. If I pick up drugs again, I will be off to the races. I will kill myself. I will die. I will lose everything I have. Just popping on, girl. Hey, Andrea. I'm glad you're here. I'm just struggling, and I'm talking to everybody about how I'm struggling. And I think that's what happens, you guys. In a lot of the groups that are on Facebook and that are here on YouTube, there's drug addicts who are like me, and then there's people who just started their addiction and or aren't even drug addicts. You know, I'm talking about doing anything you can for your next pill or hit. I'm talking about if your drug dealer comes over and you ain't got no money, sucking his dick for a pill. I'm talking about stealing, thieving. I'm talking about taking it to the next level. And if you guys are like I am, and you are a junkie like me, Suboxone has saved my life. And it's giving me my quality of life back. You know, so if I had to outweigh it and say, well, if I have to feel a little sluggish instead of shooting up and dying, then I guess it's a good trade, you know? Okay, so that's the thing, Cher. I called my therapist and I talked to her. I left her a message. I said, will you please be there at 2:45 today? Because I need to come in and talk to you. And there's this free thing where I can see her once a month now. So what I'm going to do is try to start doing that. I also made a doctor's appointment with my liver doctor for my hepatitis C tomorrow at 10:30. Yeah, and Andrea, I was just talking to everybody about the levels of addiction. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand, and I got into a little back and forth with this, not a fight, but I was talking to another guy about it. You know, when you're banging dope, and you're like, I mean, doing anything you can for your next high, and then you get on Suboxone, it's like night and day miracle. So, like, I'm clean as a whistle, you know? I'm clean. I'm sober today because I couldn't go 1 minute without shooting something into my veins. Every morning when I woke up, I would call my drug dealer until he woke up. Every day. Yes, and every morning. Hey, Anna. Every morning I would have to search until I got my fix, or else I was sick as shit. And I'm not talking about sick from a couple Vicodins, or sick because I didn't take my methadone, or sick because I didn't get 2 hydros that morning, or 10 hydros. I'm talking about I had to shoot 30 milligram Roxy's every single day, at least 3. That's $90 a day. And if I wasn't shooting that, I was shooting a gram of methamphetamine a day. A gram. Hey, baby. So, and I'm not like, oh, I'm a bigger addict than you. But yeah, I kind of am saying that. I'm like, there's levels to addiction, just like it says in the big book. And I can read this to you guys if y'all want me to. In the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, I go to AA, it talks about there's 3 different kinds of drinkers, okay? Just like there's 3 different kind of addicts. There is, okay, let me read it to you. Okay, there's 3 different kinds of drinkers. There are drinkers that just started out, like they can drink a beer and leave it, no problem. Then there are like binge drinkers that will have like 2 years sober and then all of a sudden go out and get drunk as hell. And then there are real alcoholics who drink every day, who cannot put down the alcohol, or else, you know, they'll be in shakes. And that's the kind of person I am. I'm a real drug addict. You know, no, I didn't go one day without putting a substance in my body. So the fact that I'm not using drugs and alcohol today is a miracle, because every single day I had to have some kind of mind or mood altering substance in my body. And y'all, it's a huge deal, the fact that I'm not using today. Okay, so this is an excerpt from Bill's story, and I want you guys to listen to this, okay? Okay. This is yeah, and that's the thing. That's what we have to do, is we have to, if we can catch it, like, okay, thank goodness that she's going now before her addiction gets out of control. And that's what I've always, like, commented to her, is that it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You know, you might be able to just do a couple pills now, but if you're a real addict like I am, it will get worse, and you will get to my status one day. It might not happen overnight, but you will get to the point where you'll do anything for drugs. Okay. So, and that's the thing, you guys, like, so it says here, it says, liquor ceased to be a luxury. It became a necessity. Like, drugs stopped being fun. They became something I had to do every day. So listen to this, you guys. Liquor ceased to be a luxury, and it became a necessity. Bathtub gin, 2 bottles a day, and often 3, got to be a routine. Sometimes a small deal would net a few $100s, and I would pay my bills at the bars and delicatessens. This went on endlessly, and I began to waken every early in the morning shaking violently. A tumbler full of gin, followed by half a dozen bottles of beer, would be required if I were to eat my breakfast. Nevertheless, I still thought I could control the situation, and there were periods of sobriety which renewed my wife's hope. So this is Bill's story, and it's in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's just talking about how his alcoholism got worse and worse over the years, and that's what it is. Addiction is a progressive disease. It starts out, we all start out just drinking and taking a couple pills, or just drinking and snorting a line, or just drinking and smoking pot. But it gets progressively worse, never better. If you have the disease of addiction, if you have the disease in your, if you're affected by that mental disease in your brain, you will get worse. Gradually, things got worse. The house was taken over by the mortgage holder. My mother-in-law died. My wife and father-in-law became ill. Then I got a promising business opportunity. Stocks were at a low point, and I had somehow formed a group to buy. I was sure to share generously in the profits. Then I went on a prodigious bender, and the chances vanished. So things were going good for Bill. He was getting a new job. The stocks were going up. Life was looking good. And he went and got drunk and lost it all. And that's the thing. Like, we will get drunk and high no matter what, you know? And so I'm going on a tangent here. I just wanted to talk to you guys about how I've been feeling with my mental health. I wanted to let you guys know that if you're like me and you're a real drug addict like I am, you know, I'm here for you. And I'm going to have bad days. We're going to have bad days, you know. But we don't ever have to pick up drugs. And that's why Suboxone has been such a huge help for me. Because the other option for me is death. And I don't want to die. Oh, here's the part where it says about the different kind of drinkers. Listen, you guys. Now, these are commonplace observations of drinkers, which we hear all the time. Back of them is a world of ignorance and misunderstanding. We see that these expressions refer to people whose reactions are very different from ours. Moderate drinkers or moderate addicts have little trouble in giving up liquor or drugs entirely, if they have good reason for it. They can take it or leave it. Then we have a certain type of hard drinker or hard user. He may have the habit badly enough to gradually impair him physically and mentally. It may cause him to die a few years before his time. If a sufficiently strong reason, ill health, failing love, change of environment, or the warning of a doctor becomes operative, this man can also stop or moderate, although he might find it difficult and troublesome and may even need medical attention. But what about the real alcoholic or the real drug addict? He may start off as a moderate drinker or user. He may or may not become a continuous hard drinker, but at some stage of his drinking or using career, he begins to lose all control of his liquor and drug consumption once he starts to use. Here is the fellow who has been puzzling you, especially in his lack of control. He does absurd, incredible, tragic things while drinking and using. He is a real Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He is seldom mildly intoxicated. I was always so fucked up. He always more or less insanely drunk. His disposition while drinking or using resembles his normal nature but little. He may be one of the finest fellows in the world. Yet, let him drink for a day or use for a day, and he frequently becomes distinguishingly and even dangerously antisocial. He has a positive genius for getting tight at exactly the wrong moment, particularly when some important decision must be made or an engagement kept. He is often perfectly sensible and well balanced concerning everything except liquor or drugs. But in the respect, he is incredibly dishonest and selfish. He often possesses special abilities and skills and aptitudes and has a promising career ahead of him. Most of us drug addicts are smart people. He uses his gifts to build up a bright outlook for his family and himself, and then pulls the structure down on his head by a senseless series of sprees. You hear that? We build up our lives, we get good jobs, we have friends, we have family, and then we lose it all and pull it all down around us by a bunch of sprees, by a bunch of binges, by a bunch of going out and relapsing over and over and over again. He is the fellow who goes to bed so intoxicated he opts to sleep the clock around. Yet, early the next morning, he searches madly for the bottle he misplaced the night before. If he can afford it, he may have liquor or pills all over his house to be certain no one gets his entire supply away from him to throw down the wastepipe. As matters grow worse, he begins to use a combination of high-powered sedative and liquor to quiet his nerves so he can go to work. Then comes the day when he simply cannot make it and gets drunk all over again. Perhaps he goes to a doctor who gives him morphine or some sedative with which to taper off. Then he begins to appear at hospitals and sanitariums. Y'all are? Yeah. Okay, baby. Okay, so then he starts going to rehabs, and that starts the endless cycle over and over and over again. So there's levels to this addiction thing. And that's how it all starts out, you guys. Like, if you have the disease, you'll start out, as a moderate user or drinker. Then you'll elevate to hard. and then you'll go to real. And then when you get to that point, it's like if you don't stop and turn around and change your life, then you will end up dead. So that's where I'm at today. Like, I don't want to die today. So I'm trying to make sure I make the right decisions. I'm going to the doctor today to talk to him about like my situation. And I just want you guys to pray for me. Call me later. All right. Bye, guys.